Hello, lovelies. Welcome to my channel. This is a place where you can come and find awesome crafts for everyday objects. I'm so glad you stopped by because today I am taking all the light switches and outlet covers in the house and we are going to give them a makeover. It's going to be super fun. You don't need very many supplies. You just need a little bit of Mod Podge or some Elmer's glue, white school glue, watered down consistency will work just fine. But this is my favorite because I don't want to do that extra step. So that makes it easier. You need a paintbrush. And you need glitter. Glitter! Magic in a bottle. What? I love this stuff. It is a gorgeous, like, oh my gosh. Look at that. Woo! I love the smell of glitter in the morning. We are going to make some really fancy, glittery, sparkly light switch covers. Check this one out. It's so pretty. Oh, I can't stop looking at it, but whatever. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Those are all the supplies you need, but you can have like maybe some extra little decorations, random things, broken bits of jewelry that maybe you are too sentimental to get rid of, or this is a wonderful way to repurpose those items. Maybe even like old buttons that you maybe have one or two extra of and are just holding on to because they're pretty. Anything you think is pretty, grab it, grab some glue, grab some glitter, and meet me back here. My favorite way to do this would be paper plates so that you can put your project on the plate, add your glue, and then sprinkle your glitter on after. And then when you're done, you can take the plate and put all your excess glitter back into your container. Makes it wonderful for, you know, not wasting anything. Okay, so you're just going to get your paintbrush and dip it into your Mod Podge. Get your outlet cover. Now, if you're taking your outlet covers, obviously you would want to clean these really well, get them really good and dry. And then you're going to take your Mod Podge, and you need to be kind of quick about how you spread it on. So I just get quite a bit on there, and then I just quickly try to evenly disperse my glue. Now, I don't know, you could probably use like some kind of spray adhesive, but I haven't tried that because when I use spray adhesive, it gets everywhere and it just makes everything sticky, and I hate that. I would prefer to do this so that I don't have like a gooey residue on everything, because that's annoying. I've used that spray adhesive for a few things in the past, for some art projects, for school, for the kids, and it was just a hot mess everywhere. But you could try it if that's your preferred method of sticking things to other things. This is my preferred method. So once I get all of those areas coated, I just kind of lay it onto this plate and make sure. I almost always miss a spot, so it's no big deal if you miss a spot. We're going to go back and touch that up later. So once you think you got it coated, use this plate again to kind of tilt your work so that you can get all along the side edges of the light switch cover. You don't want anything I'm sorry, this is an outlet cover, and I can already tell I missed a spot. But that's fine. Like I said, we can touch that up. But this plate serves multiple purposes. Like I said, you can use it to turn your work so you're not touching this constantly and messing up what you're doing. Okay, let me show you what I meant When I said I can already tell that I missed a spot, can you see that right there? That little bit of white? So once this is dried, I'll take this and dust it off, and then I'll just add a little bit of the glue again and touch it up. So I've got a little bit of some thin spots here, maybe something right, just a couple of little tiny places if I'm being like a massive perfectionist, and I am. So I'm gonna fix like every last little area. You can work in small sections, and you don't have to be as time is concerned with time as you do with the original gluing process. But the one thing you do want to be sure of is not to add too much glue, so that you don't have like a large raised area. If you have like a large glob of glue, then that's going to dry higher than the other areas that you've already finished. And you don't want that to be like, you know, standing out because it's thicker glue or something. So you'll just kind of, and it may take a couple of coats, and that's fine. You don't want to like rush it and then have to go back and finish it again later. If you put this up and you're like, oh, I missed that one tiny spot, it'll drive you crazy. If you're like me, it'll drive you crazy forever. And then once you feel like you've got it really good and coated, you can seal this with more Mod Podge if you want, just to make sure you don't, because especially if it's a light switch cover, you're going to constantly be rubbing your hand on that all day. So you can seal this with Mod Podge also. Let me get this right here. Let those dry. So you can seal that if you want. That's what I've done with this one. I've sealed it with some Mod Podge. And it doesn't, this is like a matte finish. You can get it in like matte or glossy. But this one's almost empty, and I just got a new jar, and I'm trying to just go ahead and finish this. I like the glossy finish because I feel that it's easier when you're using it with paper projects. It's easier to tell where you have covered and where you have not. I have had some issues in the past with some projects where I used the matte finish on some paper decoupage, and I thought I had sealed everything, and then I tried to use that as like a coaster, and it was not completely sealed because it dries as a matte finish and you can't tell where you put it. When you have a glossy finish, you can tell where the Mod Podge has gone because it's going to be glossy when it dries, and so you can kind of look for the sheen and see where you need to put it. But this has that matte finish on it, and it doesn't seem to dull it in any way, but like there's not like a ton of stuff coming off. It's not a big issue, so I really would recommend probably sealing it in some way. I do, once they dry, here's one that has been drying for a little bit, so I'll kind of show you. Once they dry, I like to dust them off really good. I will take this and I will rub it so that I can kind of get a lot of the excess off. So there's not as much that's going to rub off initially. And then you can kind of see a little bit will come off of there. I usually take just a pair of scissors and tap the back. But I'll go back and touch this up, and that'll be fine. Just like I did the other pink one. We'll touch that up. And also, you can coat your screws the same way you're going to do this. You'll just take your glue and coat each side of that screw and then dip it down into a pile of glitter, and that'll give you more of a camouflaged piece of hardware than if you would leave it just plain white. So you can take those screws also and decorate them, and then I absolutely would go back over and seal these with more of that Mod Podge, just to make sure that when you're messing and installing these, that you're not messing this up. So that makes a really nice finishing touch, I think, if you go back and put that on the screw. It just really makes it blend in a lot better, and it's more pleasing to the eye, I think. You also, like I was saying earlier, you could take some decorations and add to it so that you could maybe embellish it a little bit. I've got these little stickers that I've put on, and then just some old jewelry that was kind of messed up or broken, and you can just kind of decorate. Make sure you're not covering up your screw hole in a way that you can't get to it, so that you can still install it. And then also, when you're doing an outlet cover, if you're going to embellish this in any way, you want to make sure that you're not putting something too close to the outlet, so that if you're trying to plug something in, this will not be blocking your outlet. So if you're going to embellish your outlet, I would maybe recommend putting just something up on the corner so that you will have access to this outlet for whatever electronic equipment you have, because sometimes they'll have a big box or something, and if it's a huge box, you won't be able to use this outlet for anything if you've got too many embellishments. I hope you guys enjoyed my craft. If you try this, please send me a comment, send me a picture, let me know how it went. I'd really love to see what you create and how it turned out. I've showed you the inside of my brain. Let me see what's inside your brain. And if you're on Twitch, you should find me and you should follow me, and then we can craft together, because I will regularly stream crafts live on Twitch. And if you have any questions, we can talk in real time, and it would be super fun, and we would have the best time ever. I also have an Etsy shop. If you see something you like, then you can go there and purchase those things and have them in your very own home. Also, I have a Facebook page for that also. You can come and chill with me on Facebook. I also do some mermaiding. I'm a professional mermaid, so you may catch me like swimming around in the water in my fancy tail, and that would be cool too. If you like those kind of things, you can see all those things at all my places, and I'll put all those links down below. So if you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you did, you should like this and subscribe to my channel, because this is the first of many crafting videos to come, and I hope to see you again. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Bye!